Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first beauty video that I've done in quite a while. This is requested by my good friend Melody. If you are new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. I upload a new video every single week, and today's video is going to be all about how and why I stopped buying makeup. As you can see, I am still wearing makeup, so this is not about not wanting to wear makeup. I still like wearing makeup. I enjoy the process of applying it and being creative, but I have simply stopped buying it. And I wanted to share this story with you guys in case you find it interesting or it helps you to spend a little less money on things that you don't need. So first of all, I'm not saying that you shouldn't own any makeup. If you do like makeup and you enjoy using it like I do, then that's not what I'm saying at all. For myself, I've been collecting makeup for the last 4 years or so, so I now have quite a large collection. Not compared to huge beauty YouTubers, but compared to the everyday normal person that doesn't make videos about beauty, I have a very large collection. So with the size of my collection, I'm easily able to create a full face of makeup, and there's no category of makeup at the moment that I'm about to run out of that I'd need to replace. For example, if I were to buy a blush, it would just be adding to my collection of about 12 other blushes. So it's not like I've used up every single blush that I have and I don't have one anymore. That's not the case at all. I'm just referring to my notes. One of the things that I wrote down was how long the makeup that I already have is going to last me. So if I go through all of the makeup categories and think about how long each of those categories is going to last me before I am completely out, it's quite a long time. So for example, I have 3 foundations at the moment and I go through foundation quite slowly. One foundation will probably last me about a year, so I'm good for 3 years for foundation. I have 2 concealers, that's probably good for 2 years, you know? Like, there's nothing that I need to buy in the near future. The things that I probably have the most of that will last me the longest are bronzers, blush, highlighter, eyeshadow, basically all of the powder products. I have never hit pan on a bronzer, a blush, or a highlighter in my life. I have hit pan on the occasional eyeshadow, but it takes me a really long time, and I have enough palettes that I have duplicates of pretty much every color that I want to wear, so that is, again, not something that I'm about to run out of. With that in mind, there are certain categories that I don't have as many products of. For example, I only have one setting spray that I'm about halfway through, but I don't actually need to use a setting spray. I know that some people do because you have oily skin or whatever other reason, but my skin type and the way that makeup lasts on me, I don't need to use a setting spray. So the fact that I have one is a waste of money in the first place. I've only ever bought 2. I used one up completely and now I'm trying to use up the other one, but I know for myself that if I were to buy another one, it would be a waste of money. And I know that I've said in videos in the past that I am going to repurchase the last one that I used up because I did really like it. I liked the smell of it. It didn't do anything. I don't need them. So for me, this process of stopping buying makeup is just about being a lot more realistic about what I need, what I want, and what is a waste of money. So I don't need makeup in the first place, but I want makeup, and that's fine. But to want a setting spray when it does literally nothing is a huge waste of money, even if I'm buying cheap ones. The other example of something that I still have but I don't need to repurchase when I finish them all up is primers. I have one from LA Girl that I like that's almost finished, and I have one that my friend gave me for Christmas that is absolutely beautiful. It's lovely, it's very glowy, but I can achieve the same look with a highlighter when I've used it up. So I'm definitely going to use it up because I do really like it, but I don't need it. It doesn't help my makeup last longer. I can achieve the look using other products that I already have. So it's just one of those things that when I've used up all of my primers, I'm not going to buy another one. In terms of having a lot of makeup already, the other thing that really helped me to come to terms with the fact that I don't need to buy more is thinking about the amount of money that I've actually spent on makeup. So I wrote myself a little list of the approximate amount of money that I spent on every single product that I still have in my collection right now, and it totaled to over $2,000. Which, I don't know if that sounds like a lot to you or not. On its own, that sounds like a reasonable amount of money to have spent on makeup in my lifetime. But if you then think about all of the makeup declutters that I've done, there are very few makeup products that I've actually used up. I did a makeup I used up video at the end of last year and the end of the year before, and I think there were about 8 products in each one, and they're all like tiny products. They're like eyeshadow primer samples, which is not even something that I spent money on. I've never used up a lipstick. I don't think I've used up mascaras. I think they dry out because I don't use them enough, but I don't think I've ever actually finished one. So for example, I currently have 5 MAC lipsticks, and I know that they're $40 each, so that's $200 just on MAC lipsticks. But then I know that I did a MAC lipstick declutter where I got rid of at least 5 others, so that's another $200 that's not even on my list. And even just in my latest declutter, which was at the very start of this year, I know I got rid of 2 NARS foundations, and those are over $80 each, so that's another $160. One of them I used quite a lot, and one of them was brand new and I didn't like it, so I used it about 3 times. And that is a huge waste of money. And over the last 4 years, I've been doing a makeup declutter at least once or twice a year. So I have got rid of a lot of makeup that has cost me a lot of money. So I've written on here, I think I've spent over $3,000 on makeup, maybe even $4,000, which, you know, it does start to add up. And then I have the things that I was gifted, which obviously I didn't pay for myself. But my friends and my husband have gifted me makeup over the years. That adds up to about $350. And then brushes. Brushes I reckon I've spent about $300 on as well. So it definitely adds up. That's, you know, close to $5,000 by the time you add it all together. I'm just thinking, like, at the moment Jonathan and I are saving up for a holiday in Japan. If we had an extra $5,000, we'd already have the money for that. So yeah, what would I rather have, makeup that I'm decluttering and not even using, or would I rather go on a holiday in Japan? I'd rather go on a holiday in Japan, in case you didn't guess. I'm happy over 4 years to have spent $2,000 on makeup if I'm going to use those products and use them up and love them. But I'm not happy to have spent almost $5,000 on products that I'm giving away, throwing out because they've gone off, or that are just sitting in my drawer and they're going to go off before I get to them. So that's where I'm at with my mindset of, do I need to buy more makeup? No, because I have so many of everything. I can get the eyeshadow look that I want because I've got pretty much any colour, or any colour that I would want to wear. Do I need another bronzer? No, because they all look the same anyway. I've got all the colours of blush that I'd want. I've got all of the colours of highlighter that I'd want. You know, there's nothing that I need. The next thing that I've got on my list is that I don't wear makeup often, which is fine. I think you can still enjoy makeup and own makeup even if you're not wearing it often. Personally, I wear makeup in the weekends, sometimes not even then. At the moment I'm finding that I'm only wearing a full face of makeup 1 day a week when I film my video. I wear a little bit of makeup to work. Normally I do my brows, I put on a bit of concealer, I put on a lip gloss. I think I will occasionally wear a full face of makeup to work, just whenever I feel like it, but at the moment because it's so hot I'm not, but that's fine. So maybe in the future I'll wear a full face of makeup 2 or 3 times a week. In the holidays I wear makeup a bit more often, probably more like 4 times a week, but still it's not every day. So what that means is that makeup lasts me longer. If I was wearing makeup every day, then maybe I would go through 3 foundations in a year and I would have to buy a new one before the end of 2019. But because I only wear makeup 1 or 2 days a week usually, I know that that will last me at least until the end of this year. And that is the thing with everything, like lipsticks. I have 30 lipsticks. I've had a lipstick in a project pan in the past and I used that lipstick every single day for 3 months and I used up half of the lipstick. So based on that, if I were to use a lipstick every single day, it would take me half a year to use it up completely, which means with 30 lipsticks it would take me 15 years to use them all. Do I need to buy any new lipsticks this year? No. And I struggled with this last year because I was like, but I only ever wear the nude lipsticks to work, so what if I use up all of my nude lipsticks and then I'm just left with all of these bright colours that I won't wear because I won't wear them to work? Well, the thing is, yes, I do have a lot of bright lipsticks, but I also have, you know, at least 6 nude lipsticks, which will last me 3 years. So again, I don't need to worry about that. If it does get to a point where I have 24 bright lipsticks and no nude lipsticks left, then yes, I can buy myself another nude lipstick, because like I said, I'm not being ridiculous. I'm allowing myself to still wear makeup, but there's no need to stock up so much when I know that I have at least 3 years worth of nude lipsticks, because you're not supposed to keep lipsticks for 3 years anyway. I've kind of covered everything that explains how and why I've stopped buying makeup, but I also thought that I'd just talk about when I last bought a makeup item. The last thing that I actually bought was at the start of December. I bought myself a bronzer and highlighter duo for Christmas, which obviously I opened on Christmas Day, so I've been using it since then. Looking back, it's definitely not something that I needed. I had both of those shades in other products, but that was before I decided that I wasn't going to buy makeup anymore. I was also gifted the glowy primer that I was talking about before. I was gifted that for Christmas as well, so that is another, it's not something that I bought, but it's something new to my collection, which I also started using from Christmas. So I have had no new makeup items come into my collection this year. Initially it was like, I'm waiting for my job to start, I'm waiting for the income to start coming in, and then I was going to, you know, slowly start buying the things that I wanted and I had my eye on. But then the money started coming in and I was like, you know what, I don't want to spend it on makeup. I'd rather spend it on clothes, because I'm more interested in clothes, and that is kind of what my channel is about now. And that's like nothing against makeup, but it's just simply my interests. I would rather talk about clothes and wear nice clothes, because I feel like you can do the exact same makeup 2 days in a row, especially if it's quite a neutral look, and that's absolutely fine. But like if I wore the same outfit 2 days in a row, like for example if I wore this dress 2 days in a row, everyone would notice. So I like to have more of a collection of clothes, and I'm not so worried about having a huge collection of makeup. And like I said, I'd rather save my money for a holiday in Japan, or buy nice things for the house that I'm going to see when I walk from room to room that are going to make me happy. The realization came over me about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Actually, the only reason I've been buying makeup recently is for my channel. And now that I have managed to move my channel away from beauty, I don't want to buy makeup. Like I said, I still want to use it, but I don't want to buy unnecessary makeup. Speaking of unnecessary, I did actually go through all of the makeup that I have in my collection, and I thought about whether or not there is anything that I need to buy this year that I'm going to run out of, that I do need to use as part of my routine. And there is a grand total of 1 makeup item that I'm going to have to buy this year. Like I said, I'm good for foundation, I'm good for concealer, you know, powders, all of that kind of stuff. The one thing that I only have one of that I think I will use up this year, because it's about half gone already, is eyeshadow primer. My eyeshadow creases really badly if I don't use a primer, or if I use concealer instead. Like, it doesn't work for me. So I do have to use an eyeshadow primer, so it's not something that's a waste of money, and even buying an expensive one is not a waste of money, because I've tried cheap ones in the past and they didn't work so well. So it's something that I do consider a need in terms of if I want to wear makeup, then I need to use one of those. It's not a waste of money because I am going to use it, and it does actually change the way my makeup looks, but I'm not about to go out and buy it now. I will buy it just before I use up the one that I currently have. That is pretty much where I'm at. It's totally possible that I'll change my mind at some point this year and I'll go, actually, I'd rather talk about beauty, and I'm so much more into beauty than I am into style. And at that point I might want to start buying makeup again and stop talking about style so much on my channel. But at the moment I think this is the path I'm going down, and if I stick to this, I'm going to end up buying only 1 makeup item in 2019 for the whole year. And I should still be able to wear as much makeup as I want, as often as I want. Because I know myself, I know my habits. Unless everything drastically changes, I've got plenty of makeup to last this year. Like, way more than I need for the year. Next year I might run out of foundations and concealers and setting powders, so next year I might need to buy 3 items. But I definitely don't need to stock up. I think I just got so carried away with having a YouTube channel and having it be a little bit about beauty that I just wanted to have a larger collection and show you that my drawers were full and talk about different products and, you know, do monthly favorites and collection videos, and that really got to my head and just made me want to buy more makeup all the time. But aside from my channel, like if my channel didn't exist, I would not have that makeup. Because if I wasn't showing you guys collections, then I wouldn't need to buy the collection, you know, I'd only buy one thing. And if I didn't want to do monthly favorites, which even that I stopped doing last year, it would mean that I wouldn't have to try new things all the time, because if you've already found something that you love, why would you need to buy more of that? That reminds me, actually, there was another reason that I stopped buying makeup. So, in the period when I was waiting to get paid, I kept seeing products on Instagram that looked really beautiful, and people would be saying the formula of this is amazing, and it would be like a beautiful velvety looking lipstick, and I'd think to myself, oh my goodness, that formula looks amazing, I'm gonna have to pick up shades that I'd wear in that formula. And I kept thinking that to myself, like, when I get paid I'm gonna get that because the formula looks amazing. But then I think to myself, I have my Clinique Matte Pop lipsticks, which are my favorite formula. They are amazing. They look matte, but they feel super comfortable, and they don't go into the cracks on my lips. They don't make my lips look dry at all. They're literally perfect. So if they are perfect, why would I need to try another formula? I'm sure it's lovely, but I don't need it because I have a formula that's perfect. Do you know what I mean? So like, even though you're seeing things that look really nice, you have things that are really nice. You don't need both. I'm still not telling you what to do. Like, if I swap it around and think of it in terms of style, I have pairs of jeans that probably look exactly the same and act exactly the same, in the same colour and whatever, you know, all of those kinds of things. I understand buying things even though you don't necessarily need them, but I'm just thinking for myself and my preferences, this is the time for me to stop buying makeup that I know I'm not going to use. And I think that is where I'm going to leave this video. If you do have any questions about this, leave them down below and I will answer them. And if you were on my channel for the beauty content, don't despair, there will be the occasional beauty video. Not gonna lie, this channel is definitely going to be more about style than it is about beauty, but I'll still do like an end of the year products that I love this year video. I'll still do not an empty products video, but an end of the year makeup I used up. I might do the occasional get ready with me, but I'm definitely not going to be doing makeup hauls because I'm not buying makeup. I'm not going to be doing frequent favorites because the products that I have are not changing. But if you do want to see more beauty content from me, the main place that I post it is on Instagram stories. I do a weekly makeup rotation where I'll give you like 2 choices of something that I'm going to use for the next week and you guys get to vote. I also show my beauty empties on there as I use them up. So that's where you can go if you want to see beauty content from me. Otherwise, this channel will have it occasionally, but not that often. I'm pretty sure that's all I wanted to say. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I missed out. If there is, I'll pop it in the description box. But this is going to be the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it helpful or enjoyable, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!